Wam, I want to give all honors and glories and praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Makakodash, Yahweh, which is the one true name of the Heavenly Father, Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, but his one true name is Yahushai, Bahashim, meaning coming in a name. Ba means coming in, Ha means the, Shah means name, Rakah means spirit, Kodash means holy. Peace, blessings, salutations to the whole for the elect, and shalom to you, sincere brothers that are scattered abroad, pushing forth this word in truth and sincerity. And shalom to you, sincere sisters who are listening in silence, as the scriptures command you to do so. I am the brother Mashiach Arazakar from Prophets of Good Works Camp, Las Vegas, Nevada. And double honors to the elders of the elect of the house of David. And pretty much this lesson is going to be titled as Esau is the wicked. Okay, Esau is the wicked. And hopefully this lesson is edifying. This is Psalms 58:3. Psalms 58:3, it says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. Who are the wicked that is estranged from the womb? Okay, that's talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white people. Okay, they're the sons of the wicked. All right, these so-called white people are the biblical Edomites today. All right, you guys are the wicked that is estranged from the womb. It says they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Right, you got the philosophies out. All right, that's Esau there, his lies, his Big Bang theories. Right, those are his lies. Right, they teach everyone that's in the scriptures. They teach everyone, they teach the whole world that the Messiah is a so-called white man. That's speaking lies. They teach that all the prophets of the Old Testament are white. They have white images, white paintings and images all over the world. That's his lies. That's his deception, right? Esau is the wicked. And that's the so-called white man. Okay, he's the wicked there. This is Job 9:24. Job 9:24. And it says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right, who are the hand of the wicked? Who's ruling today? These Edomites, these high power elites. Okay, they're the wicked. It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? See, Esau is the wicked. Esau is the so-called white man. All right, he did cover the faces of the judges. Like I said, he covered the image of the Messiah, placing him up as a white man. Right, he got the prophets being white. He got white supremacy put all in these Hollywood movies and etc. Okay, knowing that the Messiah is a so-called black man according to the scriptures. But that's his lies. That's his wickedness, right? He has taken peace from the earth, right? He raped, robbed, murdered, and killed, okay, to gain control of the world. That's why it says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, because Esau is the wicked, okay? He is ruling today. He has taken peace from the earth. And that's why the Lord says, let me get that out. And Malachi, I think it's Malachi 1, because the Lord hates Esau. He's the wicked. This is Malachi 1:1. It says, the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I loved you, saith the Lord, yet ye say, wherein thou hast loved us. Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob. Verse 3. And I hated Esau. Esau is a so-called white man. The Lord hates you. And laid your mountains and your heritage waste for the dragon of the wilderness. Verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are provish, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. They shall call them the border of wickedness. And that's you Edomites. You guys are the border of wickedness. It says, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. So the Lord hates you because you guys are the border of wickedness. You guys are the Edomites, the wicked. Okay, the scriptures even say the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. You guys have raped, robbed, and murdered, right? And this is why you gotta suffer the afflictions of your forefathers, right? Let's go to I think it's Isaiah. I think it might be 14:20. Isaiah 14:20. It says, thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people, the seed of evildoers. That's you Edomites, the sons of the wicked, shall never be renowned. Verse 21. Prepare slaughter. It says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Verse 22, for I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and the remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord. So you Edomites gotta suffer the afflictions of your forefathers. It's a recompense that's due. All right, all the way back to your great great grandmother, great great grandfather, right? Your niece, your uncle, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your cousin. You guys all gotta suffer the afflictions of your forefathers. All right, and it's a recompense due for your wickedness. Okay, you guys are the wicked. You guys have taken peace from the earth. Right? The scriptures mention that, and I'm not making that up. Let's go to Revelation 6 and 4. Look, it mentions you guys right here. Right? Revelation 6 and 4. And there went out another horse that was red. And who's the red horse? Esau, Edom, you Edomites, right? And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. Who took peace from the earth? You Edomites, you so-called white people took peace from the earth. How did you guys gain control of the earth? Wickedness, raping, robbing, and murdering. Wickedness. That's how you conquered the earth. That's how you took peace from the earth, right? And that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. And that was your blessing that the Lord given you guys. Now, even though your forefather gave up his birthright, right? And the Lord set it up that way, right? Our forefather Jacob took your forefather's birthright, which our forefather was Jacob. Okay, you Edomites, you so-called white people, your forefather was Esau. Okay, and our forefather Jacob took your forefather's blessing, right? Which was his birthright, right? We took his birthright. But what? The Lord set it up that you guys still receive the blessing. So even though your forefather's birthright was taken from him, right? He was still given a blessing. And the blessing was what? The fatness of the earth and the sword, as you see in verse 6. Let's prove that. So even though Esau lost his birthright, he was still given a blessing. And let's go to Jeremiah 27 and verse 39. We'll read at verse 38 because this is when Isaac was speaking on to Esau, right? And Jacob took his blessing away, right? And you know, Isaac still gave Esau a blessing, even though it was taken from him, right? And it says, and Esau said unto his father, Has thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even bless me, even bless Salakia, even me also, Salakia, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. He cried because Jacob took his blessing. Okay, Jacob took his blessing. Now his mother told him to, even though Isaac told Esau to get him corn and wine, right? And he went to go fetch the corn and wine, right? Jacob's mother had Jacob get the corn and wine. And when Jacob went into the tent, he portrayed himself as Esau, and Isaac winded up blessing him. Now the Lord set that up, right? So when Esau came in with the corn and wine to give unto his father already said, or he already gave the blessing up because he thought that Jacob was Esau. So that's why Esau wept, because his blessing was taken. So even though his blessing was taken from him, he was still given a blessing. Verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept, because his blessing was taken from him, was stolen from him, right? But listen to this. It says, And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling place shall be the fatness of his earth. That was his blessing. So even though Jacob took his blessing, Isaac still gave Esau a blessing. So his blessing, one of his blessings was the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. Verse 40, and by thy sword shall I live. So he inherited the fatness of the earth, and his blessing was the sword. Okay, his gun, his weaponry, that was his blessing. The inheritance of the fatness of the earth and his sword, which was his gun, right? It says, and shall serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off his neck. Verse 41, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherein his father blessed him, right? Because Jacob took Esau's blessing. So Esau had a superior hatred towards him for that act. That's why he had to go live with his uncle, because Esau sought out to kill Jacob, right? But his mother sent Jacob to go live with his uncle Lebanon, right? And when he went to live with his uncle for Lebanon, he winds up marrying or taking his uncle's daughters as his wives, which you had Leah and Rebecca, right? You had Leah and Rebecca, right? And if I'm not mistaken, right, he went to go live with his Jacob. He went to go live with his uncle Lebanon, right? And he took his daughter Rebecca and Leah as his wives, right? Which are his cousins, but that they wound up becoming his wives. Just summing it up. It says that Esau hated Jacob because of his blessing wherewith his father blessed him, and Esau said in his heart, the days are mourning for my father are at hand, and I will slay my brother Jacob. Right, and that's when Jacob's mother sent Jacob to go live with his uncle, because Esau was seeking out to kill him. Right, but long story short, even though Esau's blessing was taken from him, at the end of the day, he was still given a blessing. So his blessing was the fatness of the earth and the sword, the inheritance of the fatness of the earth and his sword. That's why he's ruling today, because even though he lost his birthright and his blessing was taken, he was still given a blessing. Okay, Esau is the wicked. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Romans 9 and verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau I have hated. So the Lord loves Jacob, but he has a superior hatred towards Esau Edom, because Esau Edom is the seed of the wicked. They're the seed of the evildoers, the seed of the wicked. Okay, the Lord is not dealing with them. The Lord hates them. And Esau is the wicked. That's why the scriptures describes Esau as the wicked. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So the Edomites, they're the wicked. Okay, Esau is the wicked. Right? He took peace from the earth. Right? And that's why the scriptures mentioned in Revelation 18, it talks about her wickedness. Right? This is Revelation 18 and 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities, because the Lord ain't forgotten them. He's going to come up against Esau. Verse 6, it says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works. Talking about her wickedness, Esau's wickedness, right? This place called America is built off of what? Wickedness. Who's ruling it? Esau, Edom. So the Lord is going to cast a judgment on this place, including Esau. In the cup which he saith fill to her double. All the pain and sorrow, destruction he brought upon the Israelites is going to be double onto her, onto this place called America, onto Esau, Edom. Okay? And it says, verse 7, it says, how much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit as a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. And that's a mindset of these Edomites. They think that they ain't got to suffer for nothing. They think that everything is good. And that's the mindset of these Edomites, right? Even though my forefathers done it, I don't agree with what my forefathers done, but you still got to suffer the afflictions of what they've done. We suffered the afflictions of our forefathers. You guys got to do it. So you got to suffer for it, right? Verse 8, it says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, right? Death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire, for strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. Right, it's only going to take one day for this place to be destroyed, and that's that judgment that's coming upon Babylon the Great, and that's coming upon Esau for his wickedness. So, hey, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Esau is the wicked, man. All right, Esau is the wicked, and there's a judgment that's coming to Esau Edom for all his wickedness. So hopefully this lesson was edifying. On to the next one. I say, Shalom.